Just for context, before you watch the video, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time with my very close colleague and dear friend Mthokozisi Sitole, also known as Z for short. We go way back in our careers. Partnering with him was been fantastic. He was a copywriter and I was an art director. We clicked on so many levels, relating in so many ways, and even at one stage we were referenced as Rush Hour. Out of endearment, not only because of our appearance, but also because of our work ethic and the way in which we pushed out work. So I hoped. So currently we are in our separate ways, but we are still creative directors. Um, and Yeah, so this is essentially would be an extension of the channel apart from the podcast that I'll be creating. I'm still trying to figure out how to shoot this on the regular basis. This video, as marks, is the first one of the series. It is raw and partially filtered. You don't have to watch it all the way through. We do waffle a lot, figuring out what this series should be, and we kind of build on it as you watch along. We talk about series. In the series, we talk about what should be in it, but mostly it will comprise of creativity and advertising. Sometimes pop culture will creep into the mix, things like anime, movies, and referencing Super Bowl ads in the later episodes. We kind of give our creative director lens on it. So um, I hope you enjoy the conversation and learn a few things along the way. Cool. Enjoy. So Chasing Lions was always like the concept of the show. It's not like um, podcast is one medium, but I was thinking like there's other ways to build the YouTube channel. The reason why the Chasing podcast was so hard to pull through because I had to. I did it with, I don't know if you know Ridwan. I still haven't posted it yet. I had a meaning to get to it. So the problem in that is I needed to find a studio or office space. Then I needed to set up, get the and or before that, it's like getting into their diaries. Um, that's one hiccup. The other one is getting to the place, setting it up on my own, and then putting out the file. I'm like, flip, man, this is too much work.
It's a
So
lot.
I think this format is a good way to test run this. Talking about creativity because it's all about and it took me a long time to get to this point. And the end goal is teaching people how to think like a creative, which is quite pretty much what we always do when we talk about this stuff. We're like, oh, you know what, these, and it's not ads. It can be just anything. It could be like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
that's a poor decision from this brand or something like that. Or like it could be a segment on no matter how good the ad is, we have to pick out something that's wrong with it. I think that's a cool challenge.
yeah.
Um, I think that's a rad challenge.
You say that there's a guy who I saw on what's this thing on Instagram? That's like Twitter, but not Twitter.
Hmm? Oh, Threads.
On Thread. I don't have it, so they always try to advertise it to
Mm, mm,
me in
mm.
like these blocks. So on Threads, there's this guy because Sinners was nominated for like 16 Academy Awards, right?
Sinners.
And then he did this complaint. One of the shadows is shorter than because it's twin. He's Michael B. Jordan is a twin, so
Mm-hmm.
the shadows are supposed to be the same height. But this guy's like, see, terrible continuity. The VFX artists didn't look at the shadows and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. I'm just like, okay. So when you said that, I was like, okay, 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 okay. But it's with a ah. You watch Corridor Crew?
Sometimes they're cool.
Yeah,
They're cool. They like
yeah,
I know their format. It's nice.
yeah, yeah. It's but it's like advertising short version of that. I
Yes.
think in my head.
Yeah. So um, so that's like I was thinking. I was brainstorming on by myself like different ways in which we can tackle it. I mean, 30 minutes not long. Um,
Mm.
but I think if we do it weekly, we'll get like a sort of
A
momentum
flow.
because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to just do it, just like get it out there, edit quick, and then push it out, and then. But the one key thing is that the viewer is like a um not a student, but like a young creative that's trying to figure out the world and stuff like that. Because I still believe that advertising is only one expression of where the creative world is moving. There's other ways, especially like you can still see. I mean, I follow this one is a Korean barbecue called K K barbecue or something like that in America, and the counts is basically sorted by the Gen Z that's running the place, and it's freaking awesome. And then I feel that that is where the world is moving. Smaller brands
Yeah.
will start popping up and trying to get space within the social media
That
space. Everyone's trying to figure it out, but like it's fun to follow because then it's the people that you're following. So, but what it always goes back to is they don't have that. Well, I'm assuming that they don't have that creative thinking to help better what they have, like from an advertising point of view. So, which is why like the which is why the content. Um. So and please feel free to tweak and add to or whatever. So because I'm thinking of changing the channel to just chasing lions because that is the main brand. Podcast is
yeah,
just
yeah.
one element of it. So I'm gonna probably just drop the word podcast, and then this segment that this weekly catch up. It could just be the catch up, the creative catch up. That could be one name. Um, I like Gemini's iteration, the lion's share. Um, Lines on the line. That's not that very cool. That's not very cool. Yeah, it's just like all the creative catch up. I mean, like it's either one of those. Um, so yeah. So I like Lion Share's interesting. It's just that as a standalone, I don't think it'll do well. But like, I think if you do iterations of it more and more, it'll probably people pick up on what's all about. Um, but yeah, it's like I I'm thinking like I know we waffle a lot, which is sometimes waffling is nice. We land on something interesting that people
Waffle
will
is
learn.
beautiful, man.
Making waffles is nice, but if you making waffles in the important meetings, yes, it grinds me. Um, yeah, I'll tell you about that. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? and that, and I mean, by all means, freaking puns is always welcome here. So and then uh yeah, like one segment I was thinking like of just doing the breakdown of ads, things we've seen. Um, I was thinking like if every week we could bring one piece and just say like
Cool.
we watch it together or something, and then we like crit it or like say what we like, just like how any creative review would be like.
This is anything, right? This is print,
Anything,
um, out of home, whatever it is.
yeah, anything.
Yeah,
Like
dope.
even that uh I sent you that thing. I know you're probably you're in Durban at the time, but it struck me like when that guy had a deep voice, and you can see that movie voice, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I had the thought of if it was coming from a perspective of a germ, where it's like, we will
Yeah,
take over this place, we will fight, we will or it could be like the story of the 1%, the 0.1%
yeah.
that survived. It was there, they came crashing down, um they
All you
wiped
hear
us
is
all out
nah,
in
like
a single
more
spray.
retellings.
Yeah, war retellings. I don't know if that's a space that Deadpool would go, but it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. And just talk about the what ifs. I think that's where I think that will be nice for you know getting ideas. How does ideas get extracted from just waffling and brain farts? So so that's essentially the aim of it. I think I don't want to complicate it too much.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah, yeah.
just start at the aim, and just letting your juniors learn a bit more, if they weren't in the room with you, or if they were to get more time with you, how would you what type of thing that you would relay back to them, and how to think, and I'll just be a good creative, like, um when I was at Rat, there were so many times where I was just like, flip, man, if you can just do three things, if you can just do three things right,
Right.
you'll be a better creator. And that's and I brought it down to the most basic thing. Number one, just be punctual. Just like
Dude,
simple stuff. Like, first thing, just be freaking punctual. Like, if the meeting starts at 10, be there at 9:55. Like, it's just easy things that you could change that already
yeah,
makes you a better creative. You know. Um,
100%.
the other one was, I wrote these down, and I wish I could dig them out again. And showing that you actually care, is like, I don't know if how to teach that. Like, when I'm telling
Oh,
you to do something, like, be sure to write it down. Like, at least act like you're writing it down. Like, just make me feel like you're actually getting what I'm saying. Because the amounts of times I just see them when we're like giving them direction, and they just staring in blank space. It's like, okay, did you get that? And if you didn't get that in our next review, like, I can see because you didn't write it down.
Then we meet
Um,
up and there's nothing.
and there's none of that stuff you just said, and like, okay, well, we're wasting our time here. Um, and there was a third one. It was things like that. It's like, being punctual was another one. Being passionate. I don't think that's one you could easily follow. But anyways, so that is essentially what I was thinking we could do with these sessions. As I was saying, that I know that 30 minutes is a lot of time, but I'm very sure we can grab like 10 or 5 minutes that is worthwhile, to be reposted, on
Yeah,
chasing lines. So yeah, so what do you think? And you want to have a build?
I dig it. I think the thought you put into it actually it works. I think also it's like it's been what now, a year and a half, 2 years of refining that thought, of refining the whole thing, and I think it works well in terms of what you're thinking about, and I'll tell you why. Because there's I don't know who these guys are. I follow them on, I don't know, I don't even know their name, on Instagram. They're New Zealanders, right? Or something along those lines.
There's
Um,
two, and they exceptionally happy.
yeah. And then there's a third guy who looks white. But he's the producer in the background, right?
Yeah, I think I
And
know
they
who you're
do
talking
this.
about.
Yeah,
They're cool. They're
yeah.
dope.
So, but I watched that, and I think I don't think I would have ever engaged, or I mean, even at this point, I don't think I would have engaged with a 40, a an hour long podcast that they do, right? In terms of the things they talk about,
Mm,
right? Because I'm also not really sure what they talk about, because it
mm,
sounds like they talk about anything and everything,
mm,
right? Um, but I engage most with them in those 2 minute clips,
mm,
right? When you're talking about something random and dumb, but it gets me and it's engaging. And I think the format you're thinking of just works well, where even in those sound, and it's like sound bites, right? Yes, we have the whole conversation, but the goal is that in that conversation there's a sound bite that we can kind of develop, or that we can put together to get across the entire idea of what that 30-minute conversation was, right? So
mm,
it's almost like concentrated, um yeah, it's like concentrated podcasts in essence,
mm,
that the idea across, they're engaging enough for people to watch, and boom, bam, there we go,
mm.
it's done. um yeah, man. It's dope.
And yeah, I think the thing is, I think the on and off and thinking of it, refining it, took that long because it's almost like, oh, but is it working? And then I thought, like, it'd be easy to take out all the pain points. What's getting in people's diaries is already a huge hurdle. Like, just to
Yeah,
whip out your laptop and like have the conversation is like, it's the conversation that's important. That really is that where the gold lies. Um, I was thinking, like, at one stage we can do this a couple of like weeks. Just seeing if this works. Getting like really good nuggets out of our conversation, and then at some point we'll have someone to join in. I know it's really hard to get in your diary. I'm thinking that we should get Stu on our first one, because I did call him the one day. I can't remember why. I can't remember what happened, but I just said, like, "Yo, I hope you're doing good. Um, cool. Like, it'll be nice to catch up with you." And like, and I told him he had actually introduced me to a book which actually changed my life. And I just told him that, I'm like, "Yo, that book that you shared with me, it's really changed the way I think
yeah.
and whatever." And like, yeah, I just wanted to say it was cool. And then, yeah, he's like, as Stuart, he's always like super nice. Um, yeah. So he's definitely on the cards for me. Um, uh, you know, it's much easier to people get hold of people who we know. And
Yeah,
thankfully we know some really heavy hitters. I mean, Gareth. He didn't reply to my message, but I think doing it like this will probably make it less painful.
much easier.
Mm. So yeah,
Who's
so I
this?
think this one. I mean, I think I can extract like one clip from this conversation. Uh, because this is more like setting the ground rules and what we want to do for uh
For the chat.
what? Why we lying? Stop lying.
But I think, but chasing lions still feels because it's that thing, right? Of why would you want to chase a lion in real life, right? It's like an
Mm,
impossible task. But also, then um, um, there's that, what's it? There's that almost desire to go out and win a lion, right? So from a creative point of view, so I think it still does the thing, man.
mm, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, we'll do this often enough so we can at least get like some sort of traction, and then yeah,
yeah,
we'll take it from there. If you made it this far, you have reached to the depth of the internet. Generally, I'd be so surprised, but because I know that attention is the highest form of currency. So if you made it this far, I'm genuinely, truly thankful. Thank you. I only wish that I can make this better. I wish I could make these videos look way more amazing and put better edits. But the truth is, I'm not at that level yet. So if you made it this far and you want to support me, give a thumbs up, and or maybe put a comment down below with your favorite emoji, so I know that you've reached to the end. I really hope that you've learned something today. It's only gonna get better from here. But thank you and take care.